This is Killed with a Kiss, a Lacey Doyle cozy mystery, Book 5, written by Fiona Grace, narrated by Mary Sarah. Chapter 1. Lacey hung the final picture frame on the wall in the low-ceilinged corridor of her cottage and stepped back to admire her handiwork. "There," she said, proud of her most decent DIY accomplishment. Chester, her English shepherd, was sitting patiently beside her. He barked. "Thanks," Lacey said, smiling at him. "It does look great, doesn't it?" Lacey had recently invested in several antique paintings to decorate her home with. She'd been inspired by the home decor of an elderly antiques collector she'd met on vacation, whose beautifully decorated home made her realize just how woefully lacking in the personal touch her own cottage was. She'd also come into some money after selling a rare Roman-era gold coin for an eye-wateringly high sum she was almost embarrassed to admit. After putting half the money in a college fund for her nephew, Frankie, paying off a chunk of the mortgage and buying a thank-you gift for her friend, Gina, a fancy hydroponic system for her greenhouse, she promptly set up about splurging for her home. Her first purchase had been a hallway runner, a genuine antique Indian Amritza in earthy red and terracotta colors that had once adorned the corridor of a New Delhi hotel. Then she'd set about sourcing some artwork for the walls. A 19th century John William Gilroy oil painting of a fishing boat on the coast, a gorgeous depiction of azaleas by Francis B. Savage, and a Harry Williams landscape dated 1860. There was still a large empty space beside the big window on the second-floor landing, but Crag Cottage was finally starting to look like her own. Lacey was surprised by just how different it looked from her old apartment in New York City. In her prior life, as an interior design assistant, she'd adopted a minimalist, sleek, contemporary style, so it had come as something of a shock to her to realize her actual personal, unfettered taste was this hodgepodge of chintz and patterns and bright paintings in a higgledy-piggledy old cottage by the sea. "I think that's enough for one day," Lacey said to Chester. "I can't wait to show Tom." Her boyfriend was coming over later that evening for a well-overdue date, and Lacey was very much looking forward to showing off all the changes she'd made to the cottage's decor. The summer had been incredibly hectic for them both work-wise. Tom's patisserie and Lacey's antique stores were both located on the busy high street of Wilfordshire.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?